ABC News. I'm Brian Clark. Health authorities may have figured out the source of the cyclosporiasis outbreak that has sickened thousands of people with the stomach bug. Shredded lettuce that was sold at Taco Bell locations across 5 states, says ABC's Hannah Bata.
A source telling ABC News the FDA has identified a single supplier of the lettuce from Mexico. Taco Bell now voluntarily removing the lettuce, saying the affected ingredient from our supplier is being indefinitely removed from our supply chain nationwide and will be replaced within 24 hours in select states.
President Trump says declassified documents show vulnerabilities in the U.S. voting system as he urged Congress to pass a bill that tightens requirements around voting.
According to the DHS review, state voter rolls and public records, they identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections.
So far, the findings have not revealed any impact on actual elections. And the top Democrat on the House committee that oversees federal elections says the president was trying to sow confusion ahead of November's midterms. At least 2 people have been killed in flooding in the Texas Hill Country. That is the same area where more than 100 died a year ago in floods. First responders and emergency managers in the area are going to look at whether the new systems worked.
When the floodwaters came on July 4th, 2025, audible sirens were few and far between. A year later, dozens of warning devices have been funded and installed. In this first real-world test,
there was a triggering of the siren that did not go off immediately.
Governor Greg Abbott says the siren was flipped on a few minutes later and did go off.
For all practical purposes, the functionality of the sirens worked just fine.
Still, hundreds of people had to be rescued this week from high water.
That's ABC's Jim Ryan in Texas. More poor air quality expected today as a result of wildfires in Canada. You're listening to ABC News.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe.
News brought to you this hour by Lee's Old Country Store, Antiques and Collectibles, located on Highway 22 in Flora, a half mile west of 49 North.
He gave it up voluntarily. 95 and sunny today, 75 and partly cloudy tonight, and this weekend the heat is on in a big way in central Mississippi. 95 and sunny Saturday, 97 and sunny Sunday, with a heat index possibly above 105 and up to 98 Monday for the actual high temperature. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. Now, former Hinds County District Attorney Jody Owens has resigned from the Mississippi Bar. That means he will not be practicing law in Mississippi, and the resignation was permanent and irrevocable. That is after a complaint was filed to have him disbarred. Owens pleaded guilty on a conspiracy to accept a bribe charge in the bribery scandal and now faces a possible 5-year prison sentence. Governor Tate Reeves says he has not seen any evidence that there was foul play involved in Nolan Wells' death on Horn Island back on July 4th. But he says if there is some sort of malfeasance, then he is confident that Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter and company will root it out. Reeves made those remarks in a Wednesday press conference, reports WLBT. Audric Simmons, a former Jackson firefighter, will serve 25 years in prison for the statutory rape of a person under the age of 14. He was arrested in 2020 after someone saw what was going on and called the police. Simmons was found guilty and was handed that sentence this week. The original sentence was 35 years with 10 suspended. So far, Mississippi is doing pretty good as far as the number of people in the state with cyclosporiasis, that food ailment that has been giving people explosive diarrhea. So far, Mississippi has only had 2 people with the disease and the symptoms associated with it. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
Why don't you mind your own business? Mind my own business. What's that supposed to mean?
No, I was just thinking about all the news of tax changes, insurance changes, regulations that are being passed down to business owners. I don't have time to keep growing and to keep up with payroll regulations.
I know. It seems like all I do is handle employee-related problems.
You know, I hear People Lease can help.
How can they help?
People Lease can handle our payroll, taxes, employee benefits, and workers' compensation. They even offer an affordable and customizable 401k program and a 24/7 online human resources support center for all my HR needs.
Think of all the time we'll save. I'll be busy growing my business and letting People Lease take care of the rest.
Sounds like a good business plan with People Lease.
Let People Lease mind your business so you can mind your own business. Call now. 601-987-3025. That's 601-987-3025. Or visit freepayrollquotes.com for your free quote.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Jump away, jump away.
And good. Friday. Thank God it's Friday morning. I am Chip Matthews. You are who you are. Good morning, Phil Barlow, Lloyd Travis, Shane Easley, Jeff Thomas, and everybody checking in on the Book of Faces and all over the world. People, YouTube, all that. I saw where Trump's speech last night. Good morning, Shane Easley. I wanted to watch Trump's speech last night, and I sat up, and I have one TV that I refuse to do anything more than what you can get on broadcast television on. Okay, that's just the way it is. I don't want anything plugged up to it. I want to be able to pick up what comes on through the airways, and it took forever. And then I think one of the TV stations, good morning, Vince Warren, finally got part of the broadcast up, and then immediately cut it back off and went back to MMA fighting. But it was amazing to me that nobody wanted to carry the primetime speech. Good morning, Andy Devine. It is dead wrong for the president, for every network television and everybody to say we're going to have this going on today, and Trump's going to speak on election. He's got them. You don't do this without, everybody wants to make it sound like he's gone crazy. Trump is nuts. No, the last president was nuts. This one is not. And Trump is sending people into every single U.S. state whose election data was completely compromised. Let me tell you something. In this state, in Mississippi, election data is compromised. I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what anybody says. I've seen it. David Archie, said, and it's not really, it's compromised as much as it's not handled with the integrity that it needs. And I mean, this comes from the laws we have in place. We don't have things in place. And then of course they went before the Supreme Court and said it was legal to count votes after the election because of the Mississippi stuff. But that's because our leader's Benny Thompson. That's who runs our state. Benny Thompson, the socialist czar. I mean, talking about a king, Benny Thompson is the king of Mississippi. He's been in office forever. He's been ruling from his throne. All of the Republicans are taking lockstep rules from him. Every time he has done something to embarrass us, has any public official come out and reprimanded him? Have there ever been a vote to censure any of the stuff he's done when he has embarrassed us at a level that's understood? No, don't want to feel the wrath of King Benny. And of course, y'all, Benny, being the great person that he is, I want you all to know this, that today and today only, or was it for the weekend? No, it's today only. Benny says, I'm buying from Taco Bell. Everybody, all Democrats that want to go eat today can go to Taco Bell, and it's on Benny Thompson. Benny Thompson taking care of you at Taco Bell today, you know. And that includes the illegal immigrants that are all here in the United States. He's going to pay for them too. So y'all go see that. Go to the Taco Bell today if you're a Democrat and eat free on Benny Thompson today, allegedly. But anyway, good morning to all of y'all. Good morning to everybody out there in the wonderful world of radio land. Good morning to everybody out there in the good political world and violent world that we live in. And do you realize how bad things are? Do you wake up and go, why is voting so important? Trump is the only person who jumps up and down and tries to tell you two things are important: the border and voting. I mean, he has been trying to sell this to you since he got into office. And it's the damn truth. You know, if somebody gets a hold of our elections and starts changing things, that's not good for us. And when we have elections, we wind up with these ass clowns in office. We will call them that because that's what they are. That don't care about taking care of you. They don't care about moving in the right direction. They don't care to improve the system. I mean, you know, they get on TV and say, oh, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. And you know it's not. You know, it's not okay that Benny Thompson is the king of half of Mississippi. It's not okay that Benny Thompson has taken us down the socialist path of living. I mean, we are a socialist state. Anybody wants to say anything different is not really thinking. Because, you know, for every dollar you put into the system, if you get $2 back, we didn't invest that dollar into America. We stole that dollar from America around the states. I mean, we need to do more to try to improve what's going on in our world. We need to do more to try to improve everything around us. And we need to be thinking about voting and who's going to be on the ballot in the future, because it's too important. It's too important. And the more we allow things to get out of hand, it's like for the special session we just had, which I still haven't seen anybody say it's over. You know, I've been wondering, was it just, we usually say we come in and we're leaving and gone home. Nobody said that yet. I mean, I've been looking around seeing if I missed something, and I assume I have. But the legislature meeting and what they were doing, and you hear everybody, well, we've been working on this for 4 or 5 years. You could have passed this during the original session. It shouldn't have cost us $100,000 a day. And you go, $100,000 a day. Well, they put up on TV, the house was $52,000. That's just the house. That's just the house. When you do the math, it comes out to a little over $100,000 a day. Wasting their time. And look, that's not counting how much electricity's gone up. I probably haven't figured that in right in the old Capitol. You know, those air conditioners there, they might be old. Everybody looked very comfortable in there. And, you know, and for them to be using that building, they must have been working on it for since the session ended, to get it ready for the special sessions. You know, because, you know, when you're going to have a bunch of people somewhere, you got to set up chairs and this, that, and the other. But they had the assigned seats and all of that, you know. So it wasn't let's come in just, hey, grab a seat somewhere, let's do this. You know. I wonder who sat in Jefferson Davis's old chair. That's, you know, you got to understand that the history of Mississippi was in that building. And the history now, when you look back at what they did back then when they built this place and what we're doing now, you got to know that we need some help. You know, things need to be done. Things need to be done to fix everything. And we're not really working on that. We're not working on that. Okay, what is this? Hinds County taxpayers' dollars at work. Hinds County residents dodge potholes that are getting worse and not filling in or fix bridges we're afraid to cross. Same problem in Madison County. But in Madison County, at least we pay for our potholes and sinkholes to be fixed, and then don't do it. You know, I mean, it made the news. It's a big story. It's a bigger story than it is. You know, it's something we all know. Trey Baxter did. He went on the news and talked about it. County Administrator Greg Higginbotham declined comment. Now, he's also the same one that was declining comment at the time when the $2.7 million disappeared. Remember that? Y'all remember the $2.7 million? I try to bring that up from time to time since they were investigating. They were getting some of it back and they were going to prosecute and this, that, and the other. And crickets. Never heard about it again. They act like it never happened. And that's the way they do things. Money just disappears. And with the data center money that's about to appear, politicians. And I mean, they're going to meet and, you know, these special sessions and all that. I can't help but to think those are things that are occurring so that people can figure out where money's going. You know? And did Governor Reese put on a Hinds County district attorney? Yes, he did. He appointed somebody from Madison County, which somebody's trying to say you can't do that. Well, I'll tell you, you know, I'm sure they followed the law to do it and put somebody in place. But the funny thing is the way the news media act like Jody Owens, and they did this in Canton when Vicki McNeil and all of them got arrested and just said that they resigned. He resigned they're saying that Jody Owens resigned from the Mississippi Bar Association. No. Jody, you can say whatever you want. You didn't resign. You were going unwillingly. You were kicked out. You were stripped of your title. You became a convict. You are a convict. You pled guilty to being a convict after saying, "Oh, we didn't do it. We didn't do it. This is a witch hunt." No, I didn't do it. I was drunk. No, I didn't do it. I was this. I was that. No, it's all lies. All the damn lies. Youth Court Overhaul Bill passes. Mississippi legislation in special session. Yeah, there you go. There you go. We need youth court reform. We need these. I think it's 9 new judges. To me, you're going to need more than that. I mean, I don't know how long it takes to get around to a murder trial, but you know, we need some quick justice. You know, we need to go back to cowboys and Indians. Yeah, we need to go back to 6 shooters on your sides. You know, we need to go back to immediate justice sometimes, because you see them in the news talking about the kid, the you know, you got the kid on the coast that they haven't come out and said how he died yet. Okay. They didn't say he drowned. They didn't say that. They had all these stuff. So they're keeping all that wherever it is because everybody's scared to talk because it's a black-white issue going into an election year, and you do not want to get caught in the race war, which we're all a part of politically. The political people are a part of it. The actual citizens, Democrat and Republican, they're not in it. No, we're not in it. Good morning, Micah Goba. But when you look at the things going on and you're seeing in the news where the Hinds County, what do they call it, coroner, is talking about going to the crime scenes and the trauma that he went through. And I mean, this is what everybody sees if they're first responders. They see things that nobody else wants to see. And he said he was having trouble getting over the fact that 2 women were shot execution style, and then the baby was shot at close range in the face. of the 3 that were murdered. And of course, that's not national news. That's not something you want to pick up. You want to pick up a possible drowning and Ben Crump show up in that. Meanwhile, you got a gun that was owned by the city of Jackson. I think right now we need to ask the city of Jackson to inventory all their guns. We want to know how many guns you have stolen. How many guns are not in the system? How many guns? Where are your guns, Jackson, Mississippi? We're talking about the police department. Where are your guns? Heck, can you account for all your cars? There needs to be a giant inventory of everything going on so that we know where stuff is. Because these guns on the street, you got to say it's stolen, or that means a cop did it. You know? Good morning, Will Brown. I mean, that is uncalled for. It's uncalled for your service revolver or your shotgun or anything to get stolen out of your car. And I know you're embarrassed that people would steal out of your car. But if they're going to steal your shotgun and go kill a triple homicide, and you're going to investigate and you go to look to see whose gun that is, and you go, oh, it's ours. Oh, sorry. I mean, come on. Come on. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And that is, and you go, oh, we'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show. I mean, come on. Come on. Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
1039 WYAB.
In the heart of rural America, we know the value of an honest day's work. While the big corporate brands focus on their stock prices, Outlaw Light is focused on you. We're an independent American brand built on resilience. We don't preach or teach. We just brew. That means a high-quality, 105-calorie light beer at a price that respects your hard-earned dollar. For the patriots, the dreamers, and the doers, America deserves a new light beer. Grab an Outlaw. It's darn good beer.
Have a large fleet of vehicles? Looking for somewhere to provide routine maintenance? Tired of waiting on an appointment? Ken here with Rapid Oil Change. We accept most local and national fleets as well as 30-day in-house accounts with no appointment needed. We offer maintenance packages to fit any need. Oil changes, wipers, tires, car washes, and more. Have a diesel? No sweat. We carry diesel exhaust fluid and diesel fuel filters. With over 40 years of experience, Rapid Oil is the right choice for your fleet. Stop in today and let us keep your fleet ready and on the road.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Remember when Saturday meant tackling 3 projects before lunch? Now you need a nap after buying the lumber. It doesn't happen all at once. Energy slips away a little at a time. Focus does too. The team at Live Better Men's Health and Wellness helps men get answers to low testosterone, fatigue, weight gain, and more. Because getting older is mandatory. Feeling old is optional. Learn more at livebettermen.com. That's livebettermen.com.
Grill lovers already know about Grills of Mississippi, and so should you. Grills of Mississippi carries premium Weber grills, Yoder smokers, and outdoor kitchen accessories to take your backyard cooking to the next level. Whether you're a weekend griller or a serious pitmaster, Grills of Mississippi has the brands, the knowledge, and the service to help you do it right. Turn your backyard into the ultimate gathering spot. Visit grillsofms.com today. Grills of Mississippi, where great cooking starts.
Got a car, truck, or SUV you are trying to sell? Well, we want to buy it. Hi, I'm Casey Ellis, owner of Ellis Autoplex in Brandon. Right now, we're paying top dollar for clean vehicles, and you don't have to buy anything from us. We'll appraise your vehicle, make you a strong offer, and you can walk away with a check the same day. No marketplace maniacs or Craigslist crazies here. Our checks are real. If you've been thinking about selling, well, now's the time. Ellis Autoplex in Brandon is home of Little Truck City. Follow us on Facebook or shop online, ellisautoplex.com.
It's all systems go this month at Mazda of Jackson. With rates as low as 0% with approved credit, come test drive the all-new, fully redesigned 2026 Mazda CX-5. More room for you and your cargo makes the third-generation CX-5 the best yet. Mazda's best-selling SUV also comes with 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. And Mazda of Jackson still specializes in certified pre-owned vehicles with hassle-free trade-in options available. Shop online at MazdaJackson.com or visit Mazda Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
6:26 a.m. on a Friday morning here on WYAB. I am Chip Matthews, your host for the day, for the morning, for the hour, for another 30 minutes. Clay will be in at 7:07 this morning. Yeah, and I was just looking at something on you on the Book of Faces scrolling. John Thune has had months to get the Save America Act passed and hasn't done it. He is worthless. That is what is posted on there. And you know what? I'm gonna have to agree. I gotta agree. You know, you see, every time you see something on Facebook, it isn't always true, but that's true. He is worthless. He is worthless. You know, and when the House had somebody they couldn't get things passed by, they fixed it. The Senate, those guys, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. You know, and we have Cindy Hyde-Smith running for office, and we have Roger Wicker out there. He's not running this time. But my question to you is, where do they stand on the Save America Act? Why aren't they screaming up and down for voter security and this, that, and the other? I mean, we don't have it here in this state. We don't have it. And they should be doing things there to help here. And then, of course, while you had the special session going on, y'all are so good at what you're doing there. Why didn't you go ahead and give the people back their right to a ballot initiative? Why didn't you give the people back their right to help y'all run the world that we live in here in Madison County? Good morning, Helen. You know, it is really, 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 really disgusting to think that America can't get, one, a voter ID law put into place. Number two, voter ID needs to be the day of the election. It doesn't need to be like we have it in Mississippi, where 5 days after you can show up with your ID. That's just the most ridiculous thing in the world. You know, whenever we tried that case before the feds, you know, somebody wasn't thinking the right way on how to fix that problem. You know, they were doing it all the wrong way, you know, and set up to fail, you know. But, you know, voting is important, and it's sad that we don't care. But then again, according to the population that voted in the primary, 17% of Mississippi, 17% of Mississippi, that's Republicans, Democrats, independents, and crazy people. 17% is all that voted. 17%. You want to know why your world sucks? That's it. Because these people you're putting in the office, if they're not improving your life, they need to go home. And Donna Yow, you got that exactly right. Was the gun in Jackson stolen or was it sold? You know, you never know. You never know. Never know. You know, when you put a bunch of people on the street that shouldn't be there to run things, things happen. Things happen. You know, it's sad to say that it's all broken. but it is. And I talked to Kim Wade in the Sam's the other day, and I was sitting there just talking to him, and he's going, man, it's just the America and Mississippi and all, it's just gone way downhill. It's going to take, I said, it's going to take God to fix it. Period. Maybe that's what he's fixing it with one violent crime at a time here in Jackson, Mississippi. It's sad to think that we're going to build two new facilities, let's say, in that bill they just passed, one in North Mississippi and one in South Mississippi, to house violent offenders, kids. And they're going to be breaking out of there every day. I mean, we can't keep them in the regular jails. What makes you think you're going to be able to keep them in those jails? Kids are smarter than we are. They've always been smart. Kids have always been able to get out of the house and go do whatever they want at whatever age they want. But they've never been this violent. And they're only this violent because we're not growing kids. We're growing weeds, lots of weeds. And these weeds out there that are growing up need to be taught something. They need to be going to church. They need to be going some kind of values. I don't care if you get them to become Moonies or whatever. I don't care. You got to get them calmed down. You got to make them understand that murder is wrong. Killing is wrong. Too much craziness going on out there. And this, of course, the weekend fixed to kick off, and it's going to get hotter, and people are going to die. Craziness going on. I mean, it's sad to know that you're going into the weekend, and I guess you can spin the wheel, take your chances, ride through Jackson, but somebody going to get killed. Some innocent person going to get killed. Maybe more than one, maybe 5. The predicted market over under probably 3. I'd go over at 3, but anyway, we'll be back with more on the Chip Matthews Show. Over under probably 3. I'd go over at 3.
1039 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Do you know your rights? Don Evans does. Do you really believe that the insurance company would disclose all information to you? Don Evans will make sure that you are fully informed. It costs nothing to discuss your case. From car wrecks to malpractice, Don Evans will make you and your family whole again. Don Evans won't ever charge unless he collects for you. Call Don for a free, no-obligation consultation at 601-969-2006.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Another day of potentially unhealthy air quality for tens of millions because of the smoke from wildfires in Canada. The Midwest to the Mid-Atlantic could be affected. On Thursday, Minneapolis at a time had the worst air quality of any city in the world. In Maine, Lily Farrell with the State Department of Environmental Protection says,
if it is impacting visibility and you can smell smoke, then do take those health precautions, like staying indoors, exercising less exertion.
President Trump, in a speech last night, alleged foreign countries have access to U.S. election data, but there's no evidence that any election outcomes have been affected. He used the speech to urge passage of his bill that would increase restrictions around voting. Health inspectors believe that shredded lettuce may be the source of the cyclosporiasis outbreak that has sickened thousands of people around the country. This is ABC News.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
Managing payroll, benefits, workers' comp, and HR tasks can take valuable time away from running your business. That's where People Lease comes in. From payroll processing and tax filing to employee benefits and retirement plan administration, People Lease helps simplify your back office operations while improving employee satisfaction. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Schedule your consultation today at peoplelease.com. That's peoplelease.com.
Attention citizens, the call is going out across all of 103.9 WYAB. Each Tuesday from 9 to 10 a.m., General Bob Swap Shop summons all able-bodied listeners to buy, sell, and trade. Sign up by calling the phone line and joining the campaign where your stuff becomes the hero of the hour. No shillings, no coins, no enlistment fees of any kind to peddle your personal items. Report for duty each Tuesday at 9 a.m. right here on 103.9 WYAB. General Bob needs you and your stuff.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is the Chip Matthews Show on a Friday morning here on WYAB. Good morning to you. The sun is coming up, y'all. If daylight saving time stays around like this is how it'll be. It'll be sunny more than dark. That means at Christmas time, the sun will be up till 6 o'clock at night. I don't know if I like that or not. I like it when it gets dark, but then again, I like it dark. But anyway, good morning, everyone. And let's see, Ricky Gray here made a comment. What's this? The smoke is at my friend's house in Michigan. It's awful. Well, I smell the smoke every time I go up to a red light in Jackson, Mississippi. But you're talking about the Canadian smoke. And in Mississippi, we have the marijuana smoke that goes from car to car. And when you're in line, I'm sitting next to a cop. There are people smoking a blunt right in front of me. You see the smoke coming out of the car. Ain't nobody going to pull him over. Ain't nobody going to bother that guy. Surely they can smell that smoke. You know, we can complain about the Canadian smoke in Michigan. What about the smoke in Jackson? It's everywhere, you know, under the influence. You know, if it's secondhand smoke, it's under the influence, right? That's sort of like taking a swallow out of somebody else's beer, right? You know, here, you know, you can have a swallow. Then you'd be under the influence of alcohol, right? But anyway. Good morning, everybody. It is the Chip Matthews program on a Friday, which, of course, Friday is the kickoff of the weekend. It's the kickoff of the gun and knife and the violence for Jackson, Mississippi every weekend. Of course, all weekend long, they've been practicing and the violence and at an all-time level. And then, of course, today it's supposed to get in the 100 degrees area, you know, the triple-digit area before the wind chill. I mean, not wind chill. Yeah, I guess it's the wind chill, too, heat index, because there will be no wind chill. But anyway, Chris says that NBC, ABC, CBS, and CNN, other sources didn't even televise by Trump. Sad didn't do that. You know, I think that's going to come back to bite him in the proverbial butt, because there's a point here. Like every radio station, every TV station, every broadcast industry, good morning, Patty. All of these people have to broadcast in the public interest. That's how come they just can't buy and sell among each other where the pair might sell and all that's going on. They have to broadcast to the public interest. They all have a public file. And you hear it every year when they go to renew their license and this, that, and the other. But they have an obligation to tell you the news. They have an obligation to tell you the truth. You know, let us all know what's going on in the world. And it's really upsetting that in Jackson, Mississippi, I'm going to pull up my crime radar right now. We can watch the news today and it will be fluff, 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 fluff. Okay. It will be fluff, 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 fluff. And on Crime Radar last night, this is Crime Radar, up to the minute. This is an app that I have on my phone. Okay, we had a single vehicle crash off US 49 near a gas station. Man passes out from heat exhaustion at Compress in Madison County. Motorcycle crash with injuries on Hawkins Road. Woman flees with 2 juveniles after drug test. That was in Pontotoc. Patient calm and driven home after medical incident. Okay. Employee wants adult daughter removed from their home. No, from the office. Okay. Let's see. Mississippi governor will give new window treatment. I don't know what that is. Deputies return after a woman found at casino room. That was a dead woman. A 19-year-old male overdoses on caffeine pills and Prozac. That was at in Rankin County, Pecan Court. Possible murder in progress on Daniel Lake Boulevard. I like that. That's a good one. These are all 911 calls, y'all. Let me play one for you.
Yeah, I possibly have a in progress murder residence at 2. Are you on Charlie 9C?
See what I'm saying? Possible.
I possibly have an in progress murder residence at 2.
I mean, you report a murder in progress. Isn't that great? And that was on Daniel Lake Boulevard in Jackson. It's crazy. It's a great app, y'all. And it's where the news really is. And you go back and go, this never made the news. Officer checks woman in skin-colored swimsuit in Forest County. Mother reports video of abuse of young child. Child swallowed, what's that? Child swallowed knife, a knife and a dime, and transferred to the hospital. That was in Jackson. Kitten rescued from locked car in hot weather. Fire truck and car crashed near a local school in Madison. Infant and unresponsive but breathing at Huntington Drive. All of this is stuff is worthy news in the Jackson area. Some of it's, just medical calls, this, that, and the other. But you'll see the rapes. You'll see, but a stabbing and assault with pipe on an old Jackson Road in Madison. These things don't make the news. 11-year-old girl passed out near Catlett Road. Unfit, units respond to fatal shooting near South. Oh, that's South Prentice. That's we're getting into some old stuff. But that's Crime Radar, and stuff is there every day. That's actually happening in our society, in our world. It isn't like you cut on the national news and go, that's happening in Seattle. That's happening in Wisconsin. They're all crazy up there. No, this is happening. These murders and everything happen here every day. And they mostly happen in the Benny Thompson district. And as we watched the other day, you had the policeman that was that pled guilty, got so many years up there from Greenville for being a part of the drug cartel, transporting drugs through the state. And, you have 2 sheriffs and some other people up there that were convicted of it. But there was a group of them, and they committed to the conspiracy of hauling drugs and providing protection to drug dealers that were driving through the Delta, going through Mississippi. Yo, you can't make this stuff up. And then your guns that we own, we're the taxpayers. These are our guns that the Jackson Police Department had. These are our guns because we're the taxpayers and we pay for these things. That assault rifle that was used to kill in a double murder, a triple murder, two ladies and then the child, and shot in the face, what makes you think that ain't our responsibility? It's our responsibility because we don't put the right people in office to do anything about it. We don't put people in office that want to fix anything. It's the responsibility of the person that was holding the gun also, because the person that held the gun We allowed that person to be raised by somebody who taught them no values. So that person needs to be arrested. The people, it's a society thing. It's all of us are involved. We're all involved in all of this. And it's because we take no action to do anything, to fix anything. When we don't vote, we don't fix anything. Trump is sitting there telling you we need fair elections. In Mississippi, we've had so many unfair elections that 17% of us is all that vote. They beat us down to nothing. They make you think that it's not a big deal. And they've been picking our leadership for years here in this state. We are loaded with bureaucrats. Mississippi's probably worse than Washington, because the reality in Mississippi is that you can't get anything done unless you know somebody. That is the truth. And if you know somebody and you think you're in charge, you just run right over them, because everybody around you is going to back you, because, you know, your uncle or your best friend or whatever got you your job. And once you get a government job, you got that job, and you're going to sit there, you're going to get into your 20 years. They're going to make you a director or something on the way out to where your high 4 will be in place. And then we got to pay more taxes in order to pay your bill. So between everybody in Mississippi that's getting their tax dollars, they get our tax dollars from salaries, or they get tax or the money that we create from, let's say, for instance, the casinos, which was going to fix everything in the world to make our world better. Nothing's better in our world because we have gambling. Nothing's better in our world because we have sports betting. Nothing's better in our world because we have a lottery. Nothing is better because we have pot. Tell me something. Give me something to go on that has made our life better from any of the sin taxes in which we have. Now, I am not against all of these things. I go gambling, y'all. But I would like to think, it's sort of like eating. It's sort of like eating in anywhere where they pick up an extra penny, like in Ridgeland, where they pick up an extra penny for the park. At least you got a penny going for the park, or at least we hope it's going there. It's ridiculous to think that we're going to continue to survive in this world and ask nothing of our lawmakers. And the lawmakers that just met in Jackson to vote on something for juvenile justice, you should have done that before now. You got people on the news saying, oh, we've been looking at this for 4 or 5 years. You've been looking at the ballot initiative to give the people back their voice for over 10 years. And you don't want to give it back. You do not. They've got us beat down. And only 17% of the state even votes. So that's only 17% of the state that cares. Is it? Do you care about your neighborhood? Are your streets paved of gold? Do you have just lights? You can get out by the reservoir and going up through there to where our business is, and we don't have any lights. And that's not the part of Ridgeland. That's the part of Pearl River Valley Water Authority. They don't have the lights working, and they don't care. When we moved in, we got them on, and now we can't get them back on. Don't understand what they do there. And that is a bureaucracy among itself. To me, everybody in PVR land needs to have the right to that needs to be a city. That needs to have that's basically no justice in the world for those people. And if you're paying PRV taxes, because you don't have a vote. You don't get to vote on who's on those boards. You don't get any, there's no anything. It's whatever they say is what you got to do. And that's interesting. That's very interesting that they believe that they're the czars and they are in charge. And I mean, it's full of bureaucracy over there at a level that is just unheard of. A lot of good people over there too. A lot of good people. But there's some people over there that, they make the rules. And there's no way to fight the rules because they're not going to let you. They think they're in charge, and that's that. And when you get this situation where all these people think they have power, and they have power because they know somebody that gave them an appointment or got them their job, they're going to ride that power and appointment as long as they can. And that's what's going on in the world. That's what goes on in Mississippi. If you're in politics, it's because you know somebody. I mean, why do you think some of these people have been in office for so long? It's because nobody cares. And they know nobody cares. They know nobody cares. You know, news media keeps up with a little bit of it, but they don't care. They don't care who the president is. That news media should have made the in a red state, should have carried the president's speech. Every one of the networks should have taken them. If the network didn't take it, there was a feed there that they could have gotten and run it on the local news. But no, they don't care about us. They don't care about what the state is. But if the state is a red state, and actually red state, which we know it's not, it's really a rhino state, blue and purple, mostly controlled by King Benny, which remember one more time, Benny Thompson is buying Democrats all day today. He's allegedly buying everybody a meal at Taco Bell. So y'all go by Taco Bell today if you're a Democrat and thank Benny and have some of his tacos. Make sure you get the lettuce. Make sure you get the lettuce. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WY8B. Just make sure you get the lettuce. We'll be back with more right here.
1039 WYAB.
In the heart of rural America, we know the value of an honest day's work. While the big corporate brands focus on their stock prices, Outlaw Light is focused on you. We're an independent American brand built on resilience. We don't preach or teach. We just brew. That means a high-quality, 105-calorie light beer at a price that respects your hard-earned dollar. For the patriots, the dreamers, and the doers, America deserves a new light beer. Grab an Outlaw. It's darn good beer.
Detroit-style pizza has its own rules. We learned them, then we made it our own. Johnny's Pizza House is Detroit-style pizza. Deep pan crust, crispy edges, your choice of toppings, then finished with the pizza sauce swirled right on top. Mouthwatering cheesy goodness. Order online at johnnysph.com and build your own Detroit-style pizza. Detroit-style the Johnny's way. Order a taste of Detroit this summer. Johnny's Pizza House. Let's share a slice.
Hello, friends and neighbors. This is David Frederick. I'm here to tell you about the latest development here at Frederick Sales and Service in Brandon. In an effort to always bring you the very best brands, I am proud to announce that Frederick Sales and Service is Central Mississippi's newest dealer for Skag zero-turn mowers and products. We have deals on one of the industry's best brands of zero-turn mowers, Skag. You can buy now and pay later because 0% financing is also available at Frederick's. Come see our inventory. We're here serving you for over 3 decades in Brandon since 1993.
Looking to elevate your ride? Weston Automotive and Rick's Pro Truck have you covered. From rugged bumpers to sleek step bars, Weston's top-notch accessories will transform your truck into a head-turner. And at Rick's Pro Truck, we specialize in custom installations that bring your vision to life. Visit us today for expert advice and unbeatable deals. Weston Automotive and Rick's Pro Truck, where your truck's potential comes alive. Weston and RPT. Trucks live here.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Hey, Flora, the farm store in Flora, fresh from the farm right here. The farm store in Flora, organic, local, clear. Locally sourced meats and vegetables too. Fresh produce every day, picked just for you. The farm store in Flora, fresh from the farm right here. The farm store in Flora, come see what's fresh today.
The only thing hotter than Mississippi in the summer is a Mississippi summer when the power goes out. This summer, be ready. Call Cowden Electric. They can install a permanent standby generator that automatically kicks on the second the power fails and keeps your whole house running. Hey, you already got a portable generator? Call Cowden Electric and let them set it up so you can safely plug it into your breaker box and power just the essentials. Don't wait for the next outage. Call Cowden Electric today or visit CowdenElectric.com. CowdenElectric.com to stay powered up when the grid goes down. CowdenElectric.com.
What are people saying about Tom's Fried Pies in Richland?
Tom's Fried Pies. I made the mistake. I ordered one pie. I figured, you know what? I'll try Tex-Mex. It was so good. Man, second go round, I ate the pecan pie. You will need a meat pie and a dessert one. Get both because they are off the hook.
I went to Tom's Fried Pies today, and I'm going back. I tried the taco one, really good. When I go back, I'll bring some home.
Tom'sFriedPies.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is a Chip Matthews Show on a Friday, on a rib and catfish Friday at Beethoven's. Y'all come on out and have lunch today with us at Beethoven's on the Gulf, right there on the Gulf of Beethoven's, right there at the reservoir. Yeah, come on out, check it out. It's right next door to Cock of the Walk. And today is Ribs and Catfish Day. And remember, on Sunday, it's the Super Sunday Buffet. You'll have to check that out. There's some new things coming to that in the next few weeks, and we're going to tell you about that. Yeah, Fred Cerami lunch at Beethoven's. That's right. Y'all come on out. And then also tonight, come on out and have a steak. Steak. Or pizza, Acme Pizza. Tonight's band's Dead End Circle. And then tomorrow night, it's Reckless Malfunction. And then I forgot who we have Sunday. Oops. But we have music all weekend long. Come check it out. Everybody's learning to come there. Cover charge, if you get there before 8:30, is free. And then, of course, it's $5, just $5. The low price of $5 for entertainment. Come on out and check it out. You'll love it. And, of course, we're getting there. It's getting there. Y'all also remember, Joe Biden and Benny Thompson today are paying for everybody that's a Democrat, only Democrats, to have lunch at Taco Bell in honor of all the illegal votes they got in, people they got into the United States and got on the books and this, that, and the other. So it's a big, big illegal immigration day at Taco Bell. And everybody that's a Democrat, got to be a Democrat, can go to Taco Bell, tell them Benny sent you, and have some Taco Bell. And then you, too, can have diarrhea on both ends rather than diarrhea from the mouth. But anyway, it's going to be a great weekend. I want you to get out. I want you to enjoy yourself. Go visit any of the locally owned restaurants. They're all needing your help this time of year because it's the back to school time. Which Taco Bell, Mike Agoba? All Taco Bells. But you got to be a Democrat, and you're not. You might be. You hang out with a group of people that has one or two that I've accused of being a Democrat. But anyway, that's that. But we need to make sure that it's going to be hot. It's going to be 3 degrees, triple digit today. And when it gets hot and muggy, quick-tempered people, the guns go off. We'll have killings all weekend long. So let's figure out a way to be safe. Be cool. Find a cold place to hang out. Find you a place to relax. Find you a place and leave your gun at home. Well, no, don't leave your gun at home. Leave your gun in a safe place. Okay? And don't pull it out just because somebody's ignorant. Or you'll be busy. You'll need a lot of bullets. Because ignorance is everywhere. But we got to get out and be protected this weekend. Be aware of what's going on. Crime goes nuts in Jackson when it gets hot. It's not just in Jackson. It's all over the state, Ricky Gray. It's all in the Benny Thompson district. From Memphis all the way down to Macomb. And look, it goes across from Macomb all the way down to New Orleans. We all know that. That is to think that my stretch of world that I enjoy hanging out in, from Memphis to New Orleans on 55, is probably the most violent stretch in all of America. Think about that. Our world sits in the middle of the most violent stretch. And it's all, and mostly the landmass there is Mississippi. Get out and be careful this weekend. Don't do anything that you'll regret. And be safe. Be careful. Teach your kids something. Go to church. Go do something. Coming up next on this program is the one, the only 707. It'll be Clay Edwards Show. I am Chip Matthews. I'll see you bright and early Monday. Come see me at Beethoven's on the Reservoir this weekend. I'll be there.